Oh, yeah, it's all straight, man. Alright. Oh, man, it's just very tight in here.
Yeah, that is what I was thinking, but we made it work.
It was fun at first recording here, but now it's like...
Oh, now I didn't do it for fun. It's just like, oh, this is just...
we have no choice.
Yeah, dude. Trust me, I definitely prefer like a open area where I can sit, kick my feet up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we kept it on the same settings last time, but...
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, I sound alright. How you sound?
Sound great.
Alright, cool.
Can you hear me? We out here.
My feet are killing me, bro.
What?
Yeah.
After this weekend, my whole body aching. Including my brain.
Yeah, every inch of my body is just like, sleep.
Dude, it's crazy because like I woke up the same time this weekend I do on like the regular weekdays, you know?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's been a struggle. Personal battle. Me against my alarm clock. No, actually it was me against my alarm clock and Jabril's alarm clock.
Oh yeah.
You know, when it's just you or you're at home where you're, you know, just sleeping solo, that's the only alarm clock you gotta worry about. You turn yours off. But Jabril, yours, that was hands down the worst alarm clock I've ever had to do.
My alarm is a SOB. My alarm is an SOB.
Like, I've never been angry in different melodies. Like,
yeah, because every time you hit the snooze, it's a new alarm. It's like dun 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 dun. Like it's crazy, bro.
I was like, man, I'm not even gonna fight it. So I took his phone and put it right next to Jabril, which it didn't even work. I was like, this dude's not waking
Bro,
up.
I slept through a 5-6 alarm.
I was like, dude, next time instead of putting the phone, I'm just gonna put like a stick of dynamite.
Oh. Bro, this ain't the was that the Coyote and the Roadrunner?
Oh man, today's my show.
Right. That's how it was showing our age. We used to watch that in the morning.
But you know, like, usually when you have a long day at work, you're like, dude, today was a long day. I'm just tired and blown. Right?
Yeah.
But this weekend was like, yo, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm in pain, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
It was 100% worth it, alhamdulillah. Like, it was so good that I forgot I had a wedding this weekend.
There's probably just an empty seat. They're like, where's Mo?
Mr. Hassan at table 6. Okay.
There's a plate of chicken that's just sitting there. Nobody's eating it.
You know what's funny? Another Mo Pog Pop. That's me.
Present. Oh man. Oh shit. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let me get my energy up. Oh, bro.
What?
My water is on the roof.
The roof is on fire. Keep it there.
Bro.
Oh, the child lock. You can't do it.
Child lock.
No. Or you just can pull down the window and unlock the door from there.
Oh.
Yes.
The child lock.
Well, no, you actually gotta go and press that button. It's okay. Right. Or you can take my water.
Nah, that water's cold.
Is it? Okay.
Alright, just give me a second. Yeah, you keep the people entertained.
Entertained?
And we're keeping all this.
Alright. Well, if you want to be entertained and you actually want to see all this footage, check us out on YouTube. That's where it's at. Yes, there you go. Woo.
Alright.
As you guys can see, there's definitely is pros and cons to recording in a vehicle. You can hear some of the cons right now. Okay, there you go. You got my water. Drink in his cup. Okay, Kirko.
I got my drink. They do have one song you never heard from again.
He could at least came up with another one. Alright.
Drinking my cup.
And that's it, right?
Sipping Eileen.
I should be like, yo, that must be a big cup. He been sipping on that cup
song
for 3 years, right?
Right.
Oh man.
Oh, that was worth it. All right,
Let's
you ready?
Get it to him. Let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jabril Salam.
And Muhammad Hassan.
And you are listening to the Young and Muslim Podcast.
Alhamdulillah, man. Welcome back. It feels like I feel like it was a reunion for us in a way too this weekend. We came back to our alma mater, Virginia Wesleyan College, but now known as Virginia Wesleyan University. Yo, shout out to the people, like the economic development that are working on that landscape out there, bro. That new outlet mall is on point in Norfolk.
Yeah, that joint is on point.
What?
It's on point. Too bad I would never be able to go there because I am steady broke.
I couldn't go back. I couldn't go there when I was in school, and I definitely can't go now.
Yo, it's funny because I felt uncomfortable just driving by it. I was like, I shouldn't be here.
It was funny. Like, yo, Mo, look at these stores. We got Nike, we got Polo, we got Ralph, we got that, we got that. I was like, yeah, but we ain't got $1, so let's
but
pull
we
off.
ain't got no money.
Skirt. Oh, man.
All right, so this weekend was a very special weekend, one that we've been working towards for some time now.
Yep.
Sometime. We had somebody behind us cracking the whip.
Yep.
Steady basis.
You need somebody like that, though.
Yeah.
Things got to get done in a timely fashion, and you got to hold people accountable. And I believe the individual, that's exactly what she did.
What? Yeah, my aunt plays no games, bro.
Shout out.
She had me scared. She had me scared this weekend. I'm not even gonna fake on that. But this weekend was the Community Life Empowerment Summit that was held at Virginia Wesleyan University, which is now Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Quote unquote.
So like our school, right before you get to our school, is on the city limit line of Norfolk and Virginia Beach. And for a while, when we get the mail from the school, it will say Norfolk, Virginia, right? And now they officially, I guess, made it Virginia Beach, Virginia, and they put a sign right before the school, so you know, saying welcome
to Virginia Beach.
To Virginia Beach. Like, so you know now, there's no disputing it. Ironically, the school right next door to the private school is Norfolk Academy.
I know, right? That's
so it's like, it's hilarious. So yeah, we had a Community Life Empowerment Summit, first one. We were on the committee for the Next Generation panel, and the group went extremely well. And we kind of just wanted to highlight that, talk about that a little bit, and we definitely see it happening again.
Oh yeah, alhamdulillah, man. Like, I was talking to your dad yesterday. I was like, imagine 10 years from now, it'll be the 11th annual summit, right? And you think about, oh my God, 10 years. Well, I just got a text message from one of my homies yesterday asking me if I was going to go to my 10th high school anniversary, So like, think about it, a reunion, right?
That's
so
crazy.
Time flies, but
yeah.
I feel like time goes faster when you don't have a focus. When you just living life like, oh my God, where did these years go by? Like, what happened? And you're like, dude, you know what happened. You were there, and everybody, you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, probably the only two that actually know what was going on. So for us, building the framework or foundation is always the hardest. How long have we been working on this summit? 3-4 months?
Nah, longer than that.
Wow.
Since like summertime, like what, June, July, August, September. About 5 months.
Oh yeah, because we did it like right after we started the podcast.
Right after the podcast started talking about the summit. Yeah.
And these 5 or 6 months, we've been just underground, just working. And there was one time we were so close to calling it off.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, this ain't happening.
I told your aunt yesterday, I was like, you know what, I just want to say thank you. She's like, for what? For the summit? I was like, yeah, thank you for the summit, but thank you for not giving up on us when everybody else gave up.
Yeah.
There was one time I told Jabril, I was like, yo, Jabril, I'll holla at your aunt, dog. I can't do this. The podcast is getting heavy, work is getting heavy, family's getting heavy, life is getting heavy, bro. So just pull the plug.
She put the whole committee on her back.
She did put the team on her back. That's a true quarterback right there. She hit the Brady. He was like, yo, stop crying, get up, and let's get to work. And that's exactly what we did. And alhamdulillah, it was awesome. How many people do you have come out to the summit?
I think total we had somewhere around like 60. That's crazy, right? Like, you wouldn't think that, because if you combine like people that came Friday but didn't come out Saturday, I think we had somewhere around like 60 people. And
the ratio was awesome. Like, you think that it was just all old individuals?
Nah, it was a lot of young people.
There was a lot of young people there.
The funny thing is, most of them, not all of them, were related to each other. Like, my family was there. Then it was all the grandchildren of the main imam, right? Yes. Imam Muhammad Sadiq. All his grandchildren's there. And then these two sisters came from like near Richmond. And I think there might have been one other person that just like wasn't related. But other than that, it just shows that like, yo, your family unit makes a big difference. You feel me?
And I just wanted to thank everybody that came out, because that's commitment. Like, when I heard where everybody came from, I was like, I thought I had it bad driving 3 hours. We had people come from Atlanta,
bro,
Iowa,
Indiana.
Nuts. Richmond. Well, it's always nice to have some locals in there too, because you would think that the locals would want to come to events like this because it's part of their community, right?
Exactly.
I'm excited for the next one, but not only that, I think the thing that got me most about the highlights of the summit was the different speakers that came.
Yeah.
I think that's what I usually like. And not only that, the speakers, it's crazy because the speakers didn't make the summit about them.
Yeah, they made it about us. That's what it was about. It was about passing the torch on how do you get the youth involved in the Muslim community and want to be involved. I mean, I personally think that like any event, like the questions weren't fully answered, you know, as best as they could have been, but it was a good start to opening up that conversation so that the next one you get more input, more ideas, and you say, okay, this is where we were last year. We're getting closer to the answer and how we should do things.
Yes, we are.
Oh, we didn't turn off the car.
That's okay.
All right, it is what it is. Yeah, so I think you're right. Like the speakers are really cool because they focus primarily on not stepping out of the way, but helping us step up. You know, and I think they highlight the podcast a lot.
They did.
And they're like, yo, like what you guys are doing is really dope. Yo, I'm not showing up.
You are. You're just not talking loud enough.
Nah, bro, I'm talking pretty loud.
No. It sounds good. Because we tried earlier. We tested it.
Got you.
It was good. Yeah.
So yeah, like everything was straight, and they really were focused on how do we get these people that have access to the internet and they know how to use it. How do we get them to step in and step up and do their part, do more? And so I think it was, we gained a lot. So look, I kind of want to, maybe we can go in like chronological order.
That's what I think we should do. Yeah, highlight the different things that we did, different things that would happen, different things that we learned. But just to like summarize this whole event, the goal was just to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
The goal was to bridge the gap between, they call themselves the pioneers, the young adults. I think they were getting really creative with the different names that they can call old people, which shout out, because I would be the same exact way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a mindset. I'm not old, bro. I'm just young. I'm a young adult.
Yeah.
But anyway, then it's like,
yeah.
How do you figure that out? And I feel like we're, because bridging the gap, it's not going to take one day, right? It's going to take time. But I liked how they kept everything open-ended and put some next steps in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, look, now that you did that, then I want you guys to present. Because the problem is that when you go to too many conferences, people are just reactive. They're just listening to what the speakers are saying.
Exactly.
And then after that, hey, great job, brother. Good job. Shaking my hand. Like, yeah, you did
You guys
great.
all hype.
Cool. Are you on social media? Yeah. Can I get your business card? Boom, boom, boom. And then you go home and you never hear from them. And they never hear from you.
Yeah. But you know why? It's because conferences appeal on your emotions, right? It does.
They hit on your emotions.
Yeah,
they hit on it.
So it's kind of like a preacher versus like going to a speech, right? Going to an intellectual speech.
I like that.
Preaching is meant to hit on your emotions, get you hyped
at that point in time,
right? But once you leave, like that speech or that preacher, whatever he was saying, he might have been saying some stuff that didn't have a lot of substance. It's kind of like trap music and like real conscious rap music. It's a big difference. So with the summit, it was really focused on, we got these young people, all of whom are doing things in the community that are actually big.
Yeah.
Like it can build to something.
Your mom said it best.
Yeah.
A conference is just for any and anybody. A summit is a gathering of leaders.
Yep.
A summit is a gathering of leaders that when they leave, they will keep this going. A conference is like, yo, that was awesome. Tomorrow you forget about it. You might post some pictures. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm so hyped. But that motivation wears off.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It wears off. But with a summit, it's like, even if that motivation wears off, I still have 7 or 8 different brothers that can keep me going and sisters because they were there. They can keep me on track because you know what? We're going to meet at the next summit. And it's going to be even bigger and better, inshallah.
So look, let's start like with each day
and
then figure out. So the first day we started with was Friday. It was light day, but
light day for who?
Light day. My feet are like, bruh. It was not a light day.
Right.
So first day was Friday, and we had Juma prayer. Imam Mikael Sadiq, him and my pops. Out. Yeah, real cool dude. Him and my pops been hanging out. This is Ace Boone Coon now.
Shout out D-Town, Detroit. Throw some D's on it. I just always wanted to say.
Yeah, watch the YouTube video. Look at the look I'm giving this fool. Like, what the heck was that? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Lost my train of thought with that dumb stuff. Mikhail Sadiq, not related to the other Sadiqs or the other Imam Sadiq. But yeah, he's out of, as Mo said, D-Town. Yeah, he's from Detroit. Flew in and gave an amazing cook, but I unfortunately missed a lot of it due to some personal reasons. But yeah, when I came in, he was talking about, what the summit was about. He was talking about, we have to pass on the torch. But one thing that stuck out to me for the limited amount of time I got was he talked about the 3 C's, which was, what starts out building a strong community is first having great communication. Yep. You had to be able to learn how to talk, how to listen. Yes. A lot of us, 9% of us want to just talk and don't want to listen, but communication is a big part of communication, and learning how to effectively listen is just as important as learning how to effectively talk. Then moved on to, I believe, cooperation. Once you know how to communicate, you know how to now properly cooperate.
What does cooperate mean?
Cooperate is kind of like how we do. Like, we know what's up with the podcast. We know how to work and how to get the best out of one another, and who's good at what, who's not good at what, and we each pitch in to make the operation flow, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
The main reason why I asked about that, because people might get cooperation mixed with obedience. They think cooperation just coming in, just listening to whatever the person says. But it's listening and understanding and providing a two-way street. You guys go back and forth to find the best possible solution. That's
it's a take or give thing, man. I think that's what a lot of people in any sort of situation, relationship or business venture, whatever, communication is always the most important thing, because if you don't know how to effectively say what it is that you want, right? Or if you don't know how to effectively listen, then you're never going to be in a situation where, you and that other person can be on the same page. You know what I mean? So he talked about that. I thought that was really dope. And then that led into, what was the last one? I thought it was being courageous.
That was commitment.
It's commitment. So he used a lot of C words, and I was like, yo, like, he said it was only 3, but he said like 5 C words, bro. So I was a little bit confused, but we cleared it up. We had like a briefing and cleared it up. So the last C was commitment, and he was just like, once you, probably communicate what it is that the goal is, once you learn how to cooperate, it takes commitment to compound on that.
Yes.
So that now you have a bunch of people who aren't just in and out, whatever. You have people that are all like, yo, we're doing this because we're committed to what it is that we're going into. We want this to work out. And I feel like that was exactly what the summit was. Yep. It was a bunch of people from wherever they were from coming together and saying, listen, we're all going to communicate, us on the committee. We're going to reach out to people, let them know what this is about. And then we have to cooperate to make sure all this goes together. Even if you're having a bad day, I'm having a good day. We can't both have bad days, right? We can't both have bad days. No. So, that's part of cooperation, communicating, right? Letting your partner or partners know, like, yo, I need you to pick up the slack that I'm leaving because, like, I'm not feeling it today, or I'm busy, I work, like, all of us work, right? And then the last part is commitment. Just everybody has to be on board. Like, there's no room for anybody that's just, iffy. Like, you either in or you out.
And nobody's, like, I think everybody's done with those individuals that are just along for the ride. Yeah. There's none of that. You have to grab a steering wheel or grab a paddle and start rowing. You have to help out. And I love the khutbah that brother gave, because it set the tone for the whole summit. Yeah, it really did. And I'm just like, after I heard that, I was like, yo, let's get it. And he was like, we got to get the youth off the bench. Like, he said all that. Yeah, he's like, look, guys. We have some great people on this roster. Get the youth off the bench, because they've been ready to get in the game, but you guys just been ignoring them. So when I heard all that, I was like, yo, this is going to be a great summit, because this guy, he's talking to me. He's talking to us. Yeah. He is talking to the individuals that committed to the summit. Because everybody that came to the summit, they committed, right?
Mm-hmm.
They committed to the future, and they made a commitment to themselves, which is the biggest thing, and as well as the community, you know?
Yeah.
So when the brother gave that off, I was like, okay, now he set the tone. Jabril and I, you and I wanted to make sure that tone stayed consistent throughout the whole summit while we were working with the younger generation, right? Because that was the group that we were mainly hands-on with. So, and then we had a whole bunch of ice cream after, so that did make things
the ice cream was dope,
too, right?
We're gonna say this a lot, but the coolest part about the summit was that we actually got to sit and engage with a bunch of young Muslims.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah, it was mainly sisters. And
it was mainly sisters.
And it's mainly like that for any event. Matter of fact, the event you went to with the DC.
Oh, mashallah.
DC Muslim writers, bro, it was the same thing. It was mainly women, right?
Like 80% sisters in there.
Yeah, exactly. So it was cool to see that there were brothers. There was 5 of us, and then the rest were sisters, right? But it was cool because like finally get to engage with people who, for the most part, do the same things that you do. You know what I mean? That's like it's hard, man. Sometimes it's hard to talk with people who all they care about is drinking, smoking, and partying.
Yep.
You know, I'm not saying don't be friends with him. Like one of my best friends, like he does this thing. Like he goes out and parties. Sometimes I go with him, just to have his back and have a good time. Like I still have a good time, but like it was just cool to be in an environment where that wasn't in any of the conversation. Like we talked about completely different things, and being able to talk about different parts of the Quran and different aspects of like the culture here in this country, and things that jive with us, things that don't, and being able to talk like that was very cool. So when we had that dinner later that night, it was just dope to get to know different Muslims, because I told you I grew up no Muslims in the area, and here I am sitting in my city with a table full of Muslims. Like it was dope. And it was really dope for my sisters too.
Yes.
My sister doesn't cover her hair, yeah, but yesterday she covered up the entire day. So I was just shocked.
Without anybody pulling her aside and saying anything. That was
That
was the biggest thing,
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted like someone had to tap her on the shoulder. But even before the dinner, what got me was that when we went back to our school, right? Because the event was the event was at Virginia Wesleyan University. It was called Virginia Wesleyan College a few years back, and when we went there, it was still a ghost town. It was like Friday, like around 4:00, and we were trying to catch our teachers. A lot of them kind of everybody kind of skated out. Which, hey, Friday afternoon, beautiful fall day. I don't blame you. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And when I got there, I was looking at the school. I was like, wow, the school is beautiful. I miss it. I want to come back, right? I was like, I would love to come back here and do this and third. Then I thought about it. I was like, my time has passed here for the stage that I was at in my life, right? I was like, it has passed. But now I'm back here again, but for another purpose.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not here to learn from the professors. Obviously, you can learn from everybody else. I'm here to engage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to engage with my teachers. I'm here to engage with the students that go here. And I'm here to engage with the students that are looking to go here. So when Jabril and I got to Virginia Wesleyan campus, we couldn't find any of our teachers. But we did run into one of the first individuals that we met when we came to Virginia Wesleyan College. And that was Dean Moore, the VP of Student Affairs. He's been at that school for 20 years now, because he also went there, right?
Exactly.
And when I was talking with him, legitly, Jabril saw him first. His eyes lit up when he saw us. Like he was like,
like you got super.
He was like a ghost in the past. And then the one lady, he had his secretary, her assistant was like, I haven't seen you this happy at work since your last check. Sorry. She didn't say that, but she was like, I haven't seen you this happy in a very long time.
He was like, why not? Like, that was our dude, man. So like any trouble we ever got into or anything good, like he was always the first person, to see us and be like, yo, like what's up? Like, let's talk. And I remember I was going through a tough time at the school, and he sat down and like really talked to me. You know what I'm saying? And like it was my man's. So it was really cool to see like how excited he got, and like this dude literally he listens to the podcast.
I know, right?
Like, bro, when he said that, my mind was blown. Like
he was like, "Yo, the podcast. I see y'all on Twitter. I see y'all." I was like,
"Yeah." So it's always really cool to see that the people that we, that we've moved from, right? Like we left the college, they still are invested in us.
Because they saw something from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think if we were just some average Joes that were always chilling all the time, right? And we had a podcast, I don't think he would have tuned in. But the thing that got me the most was that he told Jabril and I a story, right? Where he had our backs and he didn't even tell us. Usually when
we haven't even told this story.
No. Usually when you do something nice for somebody, you're so quick to tell somebody like, yeah, remember I did that for you? Don't forget.
Bro, this was what, 5 or 6 years?
This was 5 or 6 years ago.
That's crazy.
Sophomore year. Sophomore year?
Was it?
I think it might have been sophomore, junior, to be honest. Might have been.
Yeah, it was 1 and 2. I think we were living together, so it might have been. It might have been sophomore year. It might have been sophomore.
So Jabril and I were coming on campus, don't know what we were doing, either playing soccer, making money, or just doing our thing, right? And when I get on campus, the lady's like, "Oh, Jabril Salam and Muhammad Hassan, those sound like terrorist names." And then she started cracking up, and that wasn't funny, and that still isn't funny, and don't think it will ever be funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
And after we kind of gave her that look, like, yo, like, we've been in this country our whole life. Like, what are you talking about? We probably speak better English than you. Like, what are you talking about, terrorists? And then we're like, we kind of brushed it off. And then when we got on campus, we're like, we have to tell somebody about this.
You felt some type of way.
I did feel some type of way.
I kind of was just like, whatever, but you really felt some type of way. But I'm glad you did.
Quan in there. I was like, some type of way. I was like, Jabril, you know what? That didn't sit with me right.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, I mean, actually, I don't remember how.
Yeah, I don't remember how I reacted. I remember how you reacted. I didn't react for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean that was just how I reacted to it. But you had the right reaction, and I don't know how you reported it or whatever. But
I think I just went and told him, I was like, hey, look.
Oh, for real? Okay,
I was like, yo, look,
cool.
this is. I don't know if you were with me. You might have been in my.
I was definitely with you. I was with you throughout the whole situation. I just don't remember like if you sent an email or you called.
I think I just walked into his office and told him like, hey, look, this is what happened today. I didn't say like, yo, you get her fired. I'm like, look, I just want to let you know what's going on this campus, because you're the guy that's running this place, and just know that some of the people that you guys are hiring. And
man, why you acting all polite? You were upset, bro. Like you were upset.
I was really upset. But then the way I kind of conveyed it to him, I let him know that I was upset, but I also let him know like, hey, we gotta do something about it. But then after that, I just left, and he's like, I'll handle it. But he never told us
how
he did.
Bro, he said the lady got fired the very next morning.
Yep.
But she was off that day, and she came to work I guess it was on a Sunday because it happened on a Friday.
Yeah.
And she found out that she got fired
on her day off.
How you get fired on your day off?
Dang, Smokey.
Dang, Craig, how you get fired on your day off? Stealing boxes.
Call people terrorists.
So I'm with you. Like that just showed how honesty and integrity plays a huge part into somebody's character. Man, hey, shout out Keith Moore, because you're a real friend. Like you're
a real one.
Yeah, you're a real friend, because he said that there was a situation where some people higher up than him were brushing it off.
It put him in a bad situation.
Yeah, and put him in a bad spot. And he was like, no, like this is serious. Yep. We aren't brushing this off because these guys mean a lot to our school, and the way, I guess, like it was just confrontation. It's not my business to divulge, but yeah, so like the fact that he, had our backs like that, like you said, without saying anything, without telling us, he kind of was just like, yo, this is right, and I'm standing up for it, bro, meant a lot. So the fact that we came back to the school to do the summit was even better. And that was the place where we started holding Jummah prayer. So it was a big deal for us, because as two Muslims, we accomplished
Kelly Jackson, who is the director of religious studies and freedom at Virginia Wesleyan College. Yeah. I never met her, right? And she knew all about it. She knows your father. Like she was like, her and your dad were having like a long conversation. She's like, is that your son? Yeah, like, yeah. So we ended up taking a picture with her and everything. And the reason why I say that is that because she knew about us. She knew what we were about. And when we came back to them, or Jabril's family had reached out to them in regards to put together the summit, they were down. They were like all hands on. Like, yo, we love what you guys are doing. Our school is diverse. We remember what Jabril and Muhammad did to pave the way. Let's keep that going. So And then, so after we had met with Keith Moore, we ended up seeing Jason Stewart. He also came in. They've been best friends for a while, for about 20 years, when they'd been in Virginia Wesleyan College or University. He was just as excited to see us, and he was all about like, "Yo, how y'all doing, man? How's life? How y'all, how y'all kicking it?" We're doing great. He was like, "I'm so happy to see you guys still together and all, still striving and still creating." So after we left the campus, we were feeling good. We just walked around, and then we also met with one of our chefs. Like, man, we had friends all over the school, right? We had chefs, custodians, faculty, whatever it was, man. We had love for everybody, and that's what it is as a Muslim, right? I mean, there's no status, there's no putting somebody on top of somebody else. It's you treat everybody with love the same way. Right. Mm-hmm. And after we had met with them, we got off campus, and as Jabril kind of hit on earlier, we all went out to dinner, mashallah, all young brother Muslims and sisters. And we were sitting down there, and we just had a great time. We were never thinking like, oh yeah, we can't communicate with these sisters because it's haram. No. Like, if you listen to the conversation that we were having, we were talking about music, we were talking about culture, we were talking about the deen. It was legitimately like a melting pot of not only ideas, but also personalities, right? And to have like young brothers and sisters out there joking with you, that's like awesome because they're keeping it light. You got some people that think like when you talk with sisters, it has to be strictly either about marriage, about the deen, or kids. It's just like there's more than just 3 different conversations that you can have, right? So for us to be able to, communicate with these young sisters and they're actually joking and having a great time, and we all just getting something to eat and then going back home and enjoying the city of Norfolk, alhamdulillah. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better day to start the summit off,
Yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day to start it off. Yeah, man, and I think that they kind of made it really good going into Saturday because once we got there, as soon as we got there, it was like, boom, we're going into events and working together and really spend all of this time together, you know what I'm saying? We were there for 12 plus hours.
Oh, yeah.
All together the entire day. Yeah, that group. So it was really dope that we actually got to know one another and it wasn't just like an in passing sort of deal. You feel me?
And when you have a great group together, when you go to different like sections, it makes it even better because I felt like we worked as a team. Everything that we did because we went out Friday. We're like, yo, okay, I see what you're about. Yeah, okay, let's have fun at the summit. So the first event that we had was with the brother Zamir Hassan. He's out in New Jersey, and he was the founder, whatever you want to call it, CEO of Muslims Against Hunger. Yeah.
Look, I don't think we should go into a lot of detail. I think you guys need to go and take your time and go on his website. Because to go into detail about putting the packages together, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to go over. And I think for all the stuff we did, it's a lot to go over. So go on his website, Muslims Against Hunger. You can find him on Instagram and Facebook. Really cool dude. Like, his story is really dope. How he got started was he was working in the IT field and he went to his son's school to work in the soup kitchen. When he got there, he realized like, yo, 1, I've never been in a soup kitchen before, and then 2, they started breaking down statistics of like people who are hungry
in the U.S.
Yeah, 49 million
people.
49 million. And the definition of hunger, which we learned is there, the definition of hunger is not knowing if or when your next meal or where it's coming from. Not knowing where you're going to get your next meal from. Like, that's hunger. Like, that's crazy. That in America, almost 50 million people are suffering from hunger. Like, you might say, oh, well, that's not true. Like, they're making fake news, whatever, right? But at the same time, you only know your situation. You never know, like, you might be living next to somebody that is in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you got a house and, a car or whatever doesn't mean that that you're in the best of situations. So he started that, and what they do is, just summarize it quickly, they put together very quick meals with rice, lentil beans, quinta, Himalayan pink salt, and then another herb. Do you remember the name of it?
No, it was some herb and spice.
Yeah, but it smelled really good. They put that in a package, and one 18-ounce pack, like in a little bag, can make 20 meals.
10 meals.
10
meals, yeah. Each pack, 10 meals, yep.
10 meals. That's a lot.
And we made 64 bags yesterday.
Made 64 bags.
640 meals.
No, you're wrong. It was
58? Do we make more or do we make less?
We were supposed to, but we ran out of rice, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, yeah, like, it was really dope, man, and we got his story, and this dude literally quit his job, dissolved his business to literally travel the world and get more people to do. He doesn't make any money from this, but he travels, I guess, using the funds that he has to travel and do good, because he said in the Quran, it says, Akima Salat, Akima Zalat. Zakat.
Establish prayer.
Establish charity,
yes.
Right? And he was like, well, we pray 5 times a day, but we give charity maybe once a week on Friday. So he's like, we're not supposed to sleep if our neighbors are hungry. It says that in the Quran.
That
So,
hit hard.
like, bro, we
That
like,
hit hard. Yes.
So like, when he said that, we were like, wow. So that prompted him to do what he's doing, quit his job, travel the world, setting up volunteer camps, basically, because he doesn't get paid. Nobody gets paid for this.
No.
Yeah, and so what he does is amazing.
So like Jabril said, go check him out. He's Muslims Against Hunger, I think .org. But if you Google him, you'll find it. Hit him up because he's mobile and he can come to your city as well.
Yeah, like he just flew to Atlanta.
Yep.
Or he's flying to Atlanta from Richmond, and he came in from Florida. So like, dude he just has like this huge suitcase thing. I thought he had a body in there. Like, the was heavy.
He has the supplies. All you need to have, if you're looking to contribute or help out, is to have 6 volunteers at a minimum in a place that you want to set up shop.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's very,
and
very
at least
easy.
a 2 weeks time window of when you want to reach out to him. So that's it. Very simple.
Yeah, so go check him out. Muslims Against Hunger. And we follow him on Instagram as well. So look on our stories. You'll see all that. What other cool session did we have? The lunch was bomb.
Oh, man.
By the way, the lunch was bomb.
Bomb.com. That was on point.
What? The dinner was bomb. Holy crap. That cheesecake was on point.
Danger, bro. A lot happened in between lunch and dinner.
I know, bro.
Your
but
mind just
my mind just jumped straight to food. I guess I'm a little hungry. What else? Oh, we had the speaking the language of Imam W.D. Muhammad. That session was amazing.
It was amazing.
I don't like. It's like, bro, I don't know where to begin with that.
It's hard to go in detail because we were still trying to wrap our mind around what we learned. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard for us to tell you everything that we learned because we're still learning. We still don't even understand.
Honestly, I don't think they deserve it. Like, you have to just come to the next summit. That's being honest.
So, and that was hosted by Sister Khadija
Sadiq Muhammad,
right?
She was married to Imam Warith Deen Muhammad, who was responsible for one of, if not the largest. No, it's definitely the largest in America. The largest conversion of Muslims in America. It was over 1 million people at once converted to Islam, took their shahadas.
Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, Allahu Akbar. So it came when he stemmed out of the Nation of Islam. If you know Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, he was a part of that. His father was the one who was one of the founders of the Nation of Islam. It's a lot of faulty history that people like spread around about the Nation of Islam, but we got a lot of the truth. Like Imam Sadiq Muhammad.
Summit cleared that up.
Yeah, Imam Muhammad Sadiq, who was a close friend of Warith Deen Muhammad, and he was in the Nation. He knew Farrakhan. There's a picture that we'll pass around of him and Farrakhan. Farrakhan looked like he was like
in the
22, 23, like super
20s,
young.
Yep.
Fly dudes, bro.
Right.
So like, he saw a lot of things that went on, and he was telling us the truth about things. He told, he was friends with Malcolm X. Like, it's really cool to be able to sit there and be like, yo, like, this dude knew some of my, most treasured heroes. You know what I'm saying? Some of America's most prized African Americans. You know what I'm saying? People that have done so much for our people. He knew them. So he gave an amazing speech. Basically talking on the same thing. The whole idea that this conference embodied of give to the youth, but the youth have to remember their history.
Yes.
We have to remember the history of Muslims in this country before we can go on and say we're going to create the new culture. And I think that's what we're looking to do, right? We're looking to help establish a culture here of being young and Muslim, and it being something dope. And I think, he wants that. All the adults want that, but they first want us to remember where we started at, where we came from, and to pay homage to that, and to pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? To be like, yo, like, use what y'all got to keep the word going, to keep the word of Al-Islam going. We try to just preach peace. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Yes,
That's it.
And there was 2 things that I got from his speech specifically.
What's that?
As you mentioned, everybody wants to start something new. Everybody wants to do their own thing, but you can't forget about the people that came before you.
Yeah,
He was like, before you he says, he's talking to the youth. He said, today is your day, but before you start your day, make sure to download our day. Talking about history. You have to learn your history. You have to learn where you came from, and you have to learn the language, right? You got to learn the language and understand like where you came from and where you're going. That was the first thing. The second thing was a brilliant question. He's like, okay, youth, how can we keep you guys together? How can we keep you guys engaged in the community? And then an older pioneer brother was like, we need land, we need to secure land. We need to make sure we have ownership and call things our own. And then everybody was like, yeah, even I was like, yeah, I think this guy's onto something right good, right? And then a younger brother, mashallah, he's about 19 years old, out in Atlanta, brother Tarif, he was like, land is awesome, but like, you can have all the land in the world, all these buildings, but if there's nobody inside, it's useless. And we kind of sat back, and he was like, why is that? And I couldn't answer that question, right? I was like, I can't answer that question, but what I can tell you is that as millennials, that we may not be going to the same mosque every day. Like, I feel like I'm part of like 4 or 5 different communities right now, right?
Yeah, because you just move around so much.
I just move around, right? I go to Adams and Sterling. I go to Dollar Hijrah and Falls Church, Alexandria. Then I come to Chesapeake. I'm part of the Chesapeake community down here in the Hampton Road. And then I'm part of the Manassas community.
Exactly. So we spread. We're nomadic.
Exactly. But the only thing I told him is that, like, it doesn't matter what community you're part of, but if you're a part of a community, just make sure you don't close your doors on anybody else. That's probably the biggest thing. That's what I was saying. It's
weird. That's funny, man, because, right after you said that, dude followed up with what you said perfectly. He was like, look, the land isn't going to keep us. We need to know, what are we here for? Like, why? Like, why is it important for us to keep all this going?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that building a mosque is going to keep us in a hospital and all that stuff, but what, you think it's just going to be filled with Muslims?
Yeah, right.
Like, no. Like, in this country, we have to be a prominent part of society, period. Like, we have to vote. We have, like, we're going to be in the military. We're going to be doctors. We're going to be, we're going to be technicians, or, going to play sports. Like, that's just how we're supposed to integrate in society. And that's the cool part about America. America is the ideal society that a Muslim wants to be in.
How so?
Because when you study the life of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went to Medina.
Yep.
Right? He left Mecca, went to Medina. That was like old time America when you think about it. In the sense that it was a land that was very liberal, right? There were Christian, Jews, Sabians, atheists, pagans, everybody lived there in peace.
In peace.
That's what we got here, in peace. He didn't go there to fight nobody. He was like, bro, I just want to live. Can I live? You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the Jeko. Can I live? Like, bro, like, that's what America is.
But the thing is that now, as Muslims grow in America, we can't turn around and just close our doors. So that's what you're talking about, like, you know what I mean? So that's what you're talking about, like, we're everywhere, and we need to be established in the community for everybody, because we want our land to be the best. Like, we want our whole area to be the best place, and our communities, everything involved in the community, the businesses, the people, the schools, the hospitals, the gas stations, everything is part of the community.
Yeah. So and the dude Tarif, he was saying like, yo, like, we may not be there physically, but socially we are able to connect.
Yes.
Because we might not see them again before the next summit. So, but we got their phone numbers.
Yeah.
We're going to text. You know what I'm saying? We can hit them up on Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. So that's important for, these pioneers to understand that it's not like, now it's not a matter of, community was never about land. It's never been about land. It's never been about money and land. It's always been about people. If you figure out how to keep people connected, you have a community.
That can be physically, virtually, whatever.
Exactly.
So we were talking about the cyber community that we have, right? There's communities that we're involved with people that I've never seen in real life, but I feel like I vibe with them so well.
Yeah.
Right? Got people online, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that I keep in contact more than some people that I see on a daily basis. Hey, alhamdulillah, man. I think that was awesome. So after that, right, did we have dinner? Or did we go into our, we actually had a proposal to the pioneers, didn't we? We kind of told them.
Oh yeah, at the end, yeah. So like we we didn't finish with the language of Imam W.D. Muhammad. So the language of Imam W.D. Muhammad, if you want to learn about how to interpret the Quran, it was long story short, the best way that I can kind of put it is, it's not about learning the language, is not just about talking. It's not about reading. Yep. It's about learning how to interpret the Quran and how it applies to each person's physical being, their spiritual being, and how it applies to this world.
Yes.
And the soul of the world.
That's what got me.
Yeah, it was just amazing. How, the signs of God are out in the open for us, but we have to learn how to read it first. If you don't know how to read it, then you're never going to really be free. So I think that's the easiest way to kind of sum that up. But if you want to learn more about that, because I definitely think you guys should, you can go on Khadija Sadiq Muhammad. That's Khadija Sadiq is Siddeeq Muhammad Muhh.
It's M-O.
Oh, it's M-O?
Yeah.
Mohmmed.
Yep.
Dot org or com. I think it's .com. Well, look, we're gonna post it on our YouTube, and then we'll, if you guys have questions, hit us up if you guys are interested. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is one of those courses where you should definitely take. It's all online. You can actually get a master's. It's a certified master's degree. You can get a master's for your program to get a degree in learning the language of the Quran.
She said the biggest thing that got me was like, if you want to control people, you have to control their reading and you got to control their understanding.
Crazy.
It was like, that's how you legitimately put people in.
I mean, bro, but that's what people did. So like mentally, but even physically, like that's what they did with slaves in America. They wouldn't allow them to read. Why do you think when Jim Crow came, they wouldn't update their textbooks?
No.
Information is power, bro.
Yes.
And now we live in a world where everybody has so much information, but they're too dumb to read.
No, they read it, but they don't understand it. Just like that, we saw the comic yesterday, right? Remember the comic yesterday?
Oh my God.
The kids absolutely loved this. So there was this guy. It was a young adult. He was at a gifted high school or institution, right? And there's a sign that says "pull," but he's pushing the door with all of his might, and everybody's laughing. But the way the kids interpret it was like, okay, even though the guy reads "pull" and he might pronounce it as "pull," or he doesn't know what "pull" is, so he's pushing it. He doesn't understand it. So for me, that reminded me of our Quran, our holy book. There's certain things that I'm reading in Arabic. I'm like, okay, and I'm reading. I'm like, okay, but I'm just reading and I don't understand it. So when I'm reading it and I go into prayer and I read it again and I recite it, it doesn't impact me as much as if I really understood what it meant. Then I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm like,
yeah.
This is not only, like you said, it's not only mentally, but it's mentally, physically, spiritually, all into one. And I feel like that's what she was trying to hit on yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, so after that, we had like a little break, and by the way, the place we were in was pretty dope. The new Greer Environmental Science Center.
Billy Greer,
my man, and he ended up showing up.
He did show up.
Yeah, I got to see him, and he remembered me. Remember the first time I met him? Me and my dad met him when we visited the campus. This dude was out on the back of the presidential suite grilling hamburgers. You want a burger?
Yeah.
It was like, nah, we're good, but thank you.
Coolin'.
We were like, who's that old guy? Oh, that's the president. I was what? So after that, we had a session with the older people in the community, and like it was, we briefed them on what we learned out of the sessions. But at the end of the day, we as young people, as young and Muslim, what we need to not only ask of what our community can do for us, but what we can do for our community. That's JFK for you.
Hey.
But all seriousness, like we really need to take the time to talk with the elders in our community and say, look, we get it. You want us to get married. You want us to pray 5 times a day. But how do we bring the religion into our lives and help it so that it doesn't die out? How do we make it so that our spirituality doesn't die out?
Yes. How
do we make it so that mosques don't become museums?
Oh man.
You feel me? How do we make it so that our kids are interested in the religion, and not just in a mystical way?
And our kids aren't walking past like seeing somebody praying like, oh, our forefathers used to pray.
Yeah.
Remember we said that?
Yeah. Like, that's wild. Like, he said
wild.
that Juma, that jam blew my mind.
I know, right?
That blew my mind. So it's important, you know. We were just like, look, like, we have this podcast, we have radio shows. We need more people that are out here trying to talk and just show, like, yo, like, this is what Islam is about. Like, we're real Muslims, we're real people, right? We share our history. I talked about Imam W.D. Muhammad on this podcast multiple times, more times than I've talked to it about my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. Like, that's my history as an African American in this country, and as a Muslim American in this country, that is my history. That's my shared history. But even if you aren't from America, it doesn't matter if your family comes from Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Liberia, Ghana. Like, that's your history. You're here. That is your history as a Muslim. That is your history. So it's important for us to understand where we come from to better where we're going.
Man, there's two things that I had to say about that. The first thing is that you guys heard of this famous quote, do as the Romans, right? When you go to, like, when you're in Rome, you got to do as the Romans, right?
Yeah.
So when you come to the U.S., why do you not do the same thing when it comes to American Muslim? You just push that to the side and, like, yeah, I don't need to worry about the history. I'm just a Muslim, you know? Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm just here to grind and make money. And no. You're here in this lane. You got to know how Islam started, right? How it thrived. Because these people sacrificed their lives for us, foreign individuals, to come to the U.S. and practice our religion freely. Come on, man. Like, so you can't even, like, do the due diligence or have some respect to learn about their history and how they came about. So, I mean, I definitely challenge the individuals that weren't born in the U.S., or even if you were born in the U.S. and your parents are foreign, learn more about how Islam came about America, because it's been here since the 1500s. It's been here for a very, very long time. So keep up to date, learn what's going on, and I'm sure you will be surprised, because I was definitely surprised, right? And going all the way back, as Jabril has mentioned, from the nation to the summit that we had yesterday was, mashallah, was from the works of not only one man, but many of men and women who sacrificed not only their time, their lives, and their future for us to practice Islam in America without any problems. Alhamdulillah, man.
Nice.
And then, shoot, after that, we just chilled.
Yeah.
We went bowling yesterday. We went play some pool, caught up again with the brothers and sisters. So we had both a professional relationship with them, but also a personal relationship, like spiritual relationship. Like, that's a lifestyle, right? That's what a Muslim is. It's not just, what did your mom say yesterday, right? He says, Allah puts those higher in regards to those that are out there working in the name of Allah than in the house. They're just chilling.
Yeah. And we've talked about before, basically, you can sit inside and pray all day, but you ain't getting no work done, son. Period.
Time to work. That's literally what it is. That's
bro, Allah loves us who work in the name of Allah. You feel me?
I
mean.
But, not outside the summit, do you know how much connections we gained?
All right.
That's right. Yeah, we got to go
craziness. Crazy. I don't even want to go into details because, like,
you guys gonna have to wait and see.
You gave me. So we'll put it this way: our man Imam Mikael, that dude is a beast.
Yes,
because he knows somebody that we've been thinking about, like, really, really hard, how we're gonna get in contact with this guy to get him on the podcast. Like, he is a very famous person, and he's I know him. I helped him out. I worked with him a few times.
He knows him and his father.
Oh, what?
He knows the guy's. He said he met the father first.
Oh yeah. Oh, and we got awards. We got awards last night.
Oh yeah, we did get awards.
We got awards last night, so that was really dope.
I was telling Jabril, the only awards I get now is just my paycheck. That's the only awards I get. Like, yeah.
Muhammad Hassan, yes, I'm a winner.
Let me go cash out. So we
you love them Rich Homie Quan songs, don't you? Cash out.
That wasn't Rich Homie Quan.
Was it?
Nah, man. Cash out. That was
Cash Now. Oh, that was the dude Cash Out.
Yeah, the guy Cash Out. Yeah. I saw his picture with, like, the dreads.
Yeah, I'm Cash Now.
We also got another connection out. We have in Atlanta. We got connection out in Atlanta. Alhamdulillah. We got connection out in Indianapolis. In Detroit. Also, we also have another connection that we didn't even know about in New York. Remember?
Oh, yeah. NYU, here
we coming for y'all.
Here we come. Yeah, so you guys are going to see us going to New York quite a bit because we have different people there that we want to connect with, and people that we've already connected with. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are checking out when we go live on Instagram. So follow us on Instagram, because the people that we go live with, we aren't just going live with them for no reason. Like these are people that we strategically picked because we've been in contact with them and we want to work with them in person at some point in time.
Dude, think about doing a cross venture with both serve a meal and Muslims Against Hunger.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. And I talked to him about it yesterday, man. He had some things to say about it, but like we'll figure it out as we go, man.
Hey, I like it, bro.
Inshallah, everything will work out well.
Inshallah.
Is that? Are we done?
I mean, I don't know, man. The summit was so much that I guess.
Yeah, bro. My brain is fried, bro.
It is fried because just to even go over all that stuff, you usually need like after summit's done. Today we still have some trickling down effects of the summit. You just want to take a few days off and then talk about what you learned, right?
Yeah.
But hey,
be how we are.
I mean, how we are, we got straight to it.
Yeah.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad we're able to record and let you guys know what we've been up to, man.
Look, more than anything, man, I'm very happy that we got it done. I'm very happy that, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, the state of the culture of young Muslims in this area particularly, there is none, right? And it seems very separated. It's like people are very much in this me movement of, oh, like, I'm religious and I worry about me and my family. All the stuff that happened before doesn't concern us.
Nope.
So it's just about me. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm Somalian, so, that, like, what you guys are going through doesn't matter. Yeah. But as Muslims, we aren't supposed to separate ourselves into these tribes. Islam is supposed to be the unifying factor that brings us together to work together. Come together, people. And it starts with us young people. Because old people are set in their ways already. Yes. Whatever. They're set in their ways. So the reason why we do this, the reason why we reach out to people, the reason why we go to different events, the reason why DC is such a great place for us to be is because it's such a cultural mix-up that it allows us the opportunity to say to people exactly that, just because you're from Pakistan or Saudi or, you're from South Africa or you're from, Nigeria or Algeria or France or Albania, whatever, just because you're from a different place does not mean that you're better from someone else.
Yep.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And so
with a cherry on top.
We should be able to pray together. We should be able to go to Eid together. We should be able to go to Jummah together. There shouldn't be, this right here, this is the Malaysia mosque.
Yep.
Like, what the heck is a Malaysian? Like, what, they own it? Like, the earth is our mosque. You feel me?
Yes,
so it makes no sense that we constantly speak that sort of stuff into existence and try and make that true.
And make it seem like it's okay.
We're decking that. I'm putting it on notice now. We're changing that. It starts here. Young Muslim Podcast. You heard it here first. We're decking that. It's done.
Hey, if you're in New York or Atlanta or Detroit, please reach out to us because those are our 3 next destinations, inshallah.
I don't know about next, but they're definitely the hot ones.
I mean,
I ain't got no money.
Next doesn't have to mean tomorrow, like next. Next place after Virginia, right?
Next place after Virginia. Maybe I'll announce. We got some big news coming up.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm referring to. Got some big news coming up.
Wink, wink.
I was thinking I'd tell now, but this is where I went to the podcast, and I don't know. Maybe I should just save this for the next one. The next podcast, we're gonna talk more on that. We're gonna talk more on. Or maybe we can't do it now. I got places to be.
Yeah, no. We both got places to be. Don't worry. They got to tune in, man. To be continued until the next episode.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so if you are looking to further engage with us, follow us, talk to us. My name is Jabril. This is Mo right here. You can follow us on the Young and Muslim Podcast social media. So we got our Instagram, Young and Muslim. Young, the letter N, Muslim. That's both for our Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us on YouTube as well. Our YouTube is getting back up and popping. No. This is for the. You guys watch the YouTube channel. Anyways, so we got the YouTube channel, the Young Muslim Podcast. Look us up. Follow us, leave comments, let us know what you guys think. Reviews are always helpful, but if you don't want to leave one, you should leave one anyways. What else, Mo? How we wrapping this up, bro?
iTunes, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcast at, please connect with us, the Young Muslim Podcast. Subscribe.
You already know. Because you know what you're getting. You're getting the real, you're getting the solid, real deal exposure.
We out here.
We keep it 100.
100,000.
Ha.
Huh.
Bow Jabril Salam.
It's Muhammad Hassan.
And you will listen to the Young and Muslim podcast.
We hit you with the greetings of peace.
As-salam.
Wa alaikum.